Okay, maybe you missed it. I'm going to back up and get you, and then I'm going to take my seat. Legend has it that a man was in the middle of the desert, and he was thirsty, dying of parched throat, and it was no water in sight. The man ran up on an old shack. There was nobody there. It was an abandoned place, and it looked like there had been nobody there for years. The man walked around the back of the house, and there he saw a pump in the yard. He walked over to that pump and he started pumping it, and nothing came out of it. All of a sudden he looked around the side of the pump and he saw an old dusty plastic bucket. He looked on the side of that bucket and he brushed it off, and it had these words on the side. It said, "You must prime the pump with all of the water in the bucket, and once you finish, fill the bucket back up." The man looked at the bucket, looked at the pump. He didn't know whether the water in the bucket would prime the pump or not. So now he has to make a decision. Do I drink the water that's in the bucket, or do I prime the pump the way the directions said? After he thought about it for a while, he decided to prime the pump with the water in the bucket. So he poured the water in the bucket in the pump, and he went to pumping. Finally, water started coming out. He drank and he filled the bucket back up, but this time he added a note to the bucket where it said, "Please, you must you must prime the pump with the bucket and fill the water bucket up." He wrote at the bottom of it, "And trust me, it really works." Is there anybody in here that's ever tried my God? You got to stop thinking about yourself and yourself only, but God wants to use your faith and your faithfulness to be a blessing to somebody else. Touch somebody and tell them, "Trust me, it really works." Because I was young and now I'm old, and never have I seen the righteous forsaken or a seed begging bread, but my God shall supply my needs according to his riches in glory. Touch somebody and tell them, tough times don't last, but tough people do. I know it's hard right now, but trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not to thine own understanding, and in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct our path. How many of you know God is a provider? How many of you know God is a provider? How many of you know God is a provider? How many of you know God is a provider? Yes, he is. He's bread in a starving land. He's water when I'm thirsty. He's a way maker. He's a door opener. Yes, I trust in God when I can't see my way, because I know what God can do. Shout yes. I'm done. I'm done. When tough times come, when your brook dries up, sometimes it's to perfect your faith, to prove God's faithfulness, and to provide for our future. You know, the beautiful thing about God, counselors are coming now, is that God isn't short-sighted.